watch today and you'll see the me-haul truck turn from this old brake stuff to this on this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Watch and see how I did it. So today's the day. Today's the day. On the me-haul truck, we put the new master cylinder on it. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to start demoing, right? Because I know me, if I see something that looks good in there, maybe I can save that. But if I get it out of the way, then I'll just go with the original game plan and put all new brake lines in. So there was the brake lines to the front are in good shape, and they go back and hook into a little block. But the new block that's underneath the master cylinder has two lines for the front. One that goes down and one that will run across. So let's put new lines on all the way. They look good. Oh, but new lines. So let's get the Hydra vac out and get this master cylinder off. Get all those old brake lines out. We'll probably try to save the ends because I may be shy in them, but we'll get it done. Here's the old Hydra vac system. And they were good systems in their day, but they're getting really hard to find the parts for. Plus, we're gonna put a new modern system in. So let's demo this thing out. There's a bolt on the other side that holds that on, and two bolts on the other side of the frame rail that holds that thing on, and it's got some brake lines we got to get off. So we got to get the brake lines off because I'm not saving these, but I do like the ends. So we'll try to get all that stuff off. I put that brake booster on there and look at this, rotted to pieces. And that last video showed that piece there popped out. Definitely won't hold vacuum now like that. Spray a little lube. All right, the bolt to the Hydra vac is right up in here. Oh, goodness. right, now we can go up top, take the master cylinder out. We got all the lines out. As soon as we get the master cylinder in, is that, oh no, that's a hair thing. I thought that was another leaf. Now we can put the take the master cylinder out, put the new one in. And how am I going to do this? I don't know how am I going to do this. I may have to crawl up in his side here. Definitely, that's what I got to do. Yeah. Yeah. All right, don't step on anything important. All right, I'm in here. Getting out probably gonna be an issue. But while I'm in here, let's get this thing done. All right, got that pin out. It wasn't easy. Now let's see if this thing will come out of there. Huh. All right, we're gonna take it over to the vise. Slid out of the vise, didn't come out of the master cylinder. Alright, just pulled it out of the box. This is a kit, supposedly. Come out of that bubble wrap. That's pretty teeny. I see a problem already. See if we can't get this off. Somehow I gotta modify this. To fit on my El Shafto. I need to make this adjustable. All right, we'll get the Master Cylinder so I can get my rod length. I know I'm going to get some flack from this, but from all you professionals out there. But what I'm going to do, this piece of 1/2 inch conduit, I'm going to tack that nut. Tack that nut onto this. Then I'm going to weld that onto this. I'll crimp it and weld it. And that should give me what I'm looking for. I'm going to probably have to shorten it all out. But to make this right, I got to cut it right about here. And that should give me a short little piece of this on there, and that should give me my adjustment. So ideally, it would be best to cut this thing a little longer, and that way I'll have more adjustment. To a point. So ideally, we want this thing to be snug up around the shaft. That's what we'll do. Put a couple good tacks on it. What could happen if it breaks loose? I just might die or something, right? Put my safety gloves on. Last time I burned my hands up doing that dry shaft. All right, let's see if it's going to fit on here. Oh, it threads right on. Let's see how much adjustment we got. Oh, we have plenty of adjustment. All right, we're back inside the truck, and I had to make this bracket to bolt it in because these bolts don't line up with these, and if I drill them where these are, it's going to hit the curve of the brake bracket, and the brake bracket needs to be tight. So we're going to hold it off a little bit. So I'm going to put the old screws back in because that holds the brake bracket. And all the heads with these and everything should put enough pressure on there, plus with the new bolts going through the firewall. That's the plan. So with everything being said, it's probably not going to work, right? Let's find out. Like that on this, and this goes like that. Oh man, my air hose is in the way. Clutch is in the way. I mean, choke cable. Let me see if I turn it this way. Hold it that way. Maybe it'll work. Okay, I got the bolts through. Now we'll set this thing in place and see if we can't get it tightened up. Thank you, Lord. All right, I'm back up in the engine compartment again. And here's the new master cylinder. We have the booster already hooked up. I went ahead and installed the whatever you call it, the proportioning valve. And there's this thing right here, the plunger, it's got a deep hole in it. But on the master cylinder, on the booster, it's a short piece. So I think there's an extension in here. It's also got some plugs for the extra holes. All right, so I just pushed it all the way back up in there. It has a little bit of adjustment on it. The key is it shouldn't be pushing on the cylinder when you're bolting it up. It should only push on the cylinder, the master cylinder, when the pedal is. should be a minute amount of play. So let's see what's, my foot. Old man shouldn't be up inside a truck. Yeah. So it has a little cup on one side and a kind of a pushy thing on the other side. So the pushy thing goes like that, I would believe. But I think I gotta push this in. All right, we'll find out. Yeah, it's pushing out on the master cylinder now. So this gotta go in. That's it. So I know what some of you are thinking, that booster isn't big enough. Well, the technology for boosters have changed over the years. It used to be you had to have this big giant thing, but this is designed for the system for trucks. So this will work on, they were saying this will replace like an F450, right? So F450 is a big truck. This truck is never going to be hauling what it used to haul. It's just going to be a pickup truck. It has the flow in the master cylinder. This is an 1 1/8" bore. It's actually is a bigger bore than the one that we pulled off. That only has a 1 inch and it's a shorter throw. But then again, it was also going into the booster, right? But this is going to have the flow. This is what it's for. This is for a truck. So you can tell the booster is small, right? The booster is small. That's a big master cylinder. That's not a small master cylinder. So let me go down there and find that nut. We'll get this thing on here. I got to apologize for one of my videos. I must have double bumped the button on when I recorded, but the one where I bolted it, what is that thing called? Mom, getting tired. the booster to the wall, I lost that footage. But all I did was throw the bolts through, came out on the other side, and gently put it up and put the nuts all the way around it, and then used the impact and tightened it up. And it tightened right up. It was not a problem. Just take a look at it. All right, so here it is. You know it's getting dark. The light of the camera just came on. It's a nice little unit. Got to hook my vacuum up there. I want to keep my vacuum gauge working, and I want to keep my vacuum in the tank in the back also working. I don't know why, but more of it, maybe this motor didn't make as much vacuum. I don't know, but it's a good looking thing. So I got to put the plugs in here in this one, these two, and then these two here are my front, and there's one here in the back is my rear. And so on my next video, we're going to be putting the lines from the rear up to the front, putting the tires, filling them back up with air, putting them back on, putting the axles back in. That way we can use the parking brake so we can get the front end up in the air, take the tires off of this, put the wheel cylinders on that. That'll be another big project. I can do all things through Christ. I gotta get out of this. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. God bless each and every one of you. On the scale of hardness, some of the stuff was pretty hard. I can say I had to modify the back bracket and everything on this to make it work, and lengthen the push rod and adjust that. All that's hooked up to the pedal now. But I would say technical skills, I would say this is probably a number 8 on technical. On hardness, how hard it was, I would say it's probably a 5. It's not that bad. Once you drill the holes and make a bracket, it bolts together pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. Brakes are nothing to be messed with, take lightly. You can kill yourself. One thing, once you get all this stuff and get it bled, you gotta check for leaks, and make sure you bleed them good, because you don't want to run out of brakes going down the road. You don't want spongy brakes. All right, and adjust your shoes. So it's a technical thing. If you don't know how to do brakes, this is not a job for you. And this is modifying brakes. This system was never made for this truck, even though it has the capacity to do this truck. I feel confident in it. Now, if this truck was back on the road doing 20,000 pounds worth of stuff and towing vehicles and stuff, I probably wouldn't use this one. I'd probably use something else. One of those ones with the electrical booster and this power steering pump thing that runs it. But this has no power steering. This is a really old truck, and this is going to be fine. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you next time on Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. You can do these things. I'm sure you can do these things.